Good morning. It is October 15th, and we are at 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. We are looking at our sun in 193 angstroms, and you can begin to see that we have steady flaring coming out of the 46 region, and we have some flaring coming over here. But this area over here is now named 4254. It is an alpha class storm, but it is continually percolating out activity. Our knot down here on the sun has grown to be a larger and more complex. We have a coronal hole stream started, or coronal hole started here. We should have a coronal hole rotating in that should be hitting us in center field probably sometime late today. Looking at the flaring, we have had constant steady flaring. All but maybe 5 or 6 are coming directly from sunspot 46 that will be capable of hitting us probably until the end of the day, but it's going to rotate out of view or out of range today sometime, except, and here's the caravat, unless it shoots sideways. If it keeps shooting straight up, it's not going to do much. But if it shoots sideways, it will still be capable of hitting us for a day or so. So, and you can see we have had dozens and dozens and dozens of solar flares happening today. And some of these are, as you can see, very long duration. And they don't come back down. That means there is more than just wind being released. There is some plasma to some of these. Looking at our map of the sun, 46, as I said, it's going to rotate out of reach today unless we get a sideways or horizontal flare that has a wide component to it. 48 is right here with 50. Both of these are growing. 48 has, 46 is still growing. It's beta, gamma, delta, and it has an 80% chance of C-class flaring. 48 is beta, gamma, delta, and it is up by 5% in the number of sunspots, up 20% in the size. So this is undergoing a reorganization. Both of these, because they are still growing, I do believe they will make the cycle around the sun, which means they will be back Earth facing in this position by the 12th. So I would say start watching about the 8th. 52 is starting to grow. It is up by 3 spots, and it has grown by 10%. Going through here, 46 is still growing. It's up by 140%, and it has increased by 7 sunspots. And you can see that this has rapidly changed since yesterday. A lot of change happening and a lot of spread happening. Now, I do look for 48 to suck up 50 because 50 is so close. 50 is over here. You've got 48 here. As this grows, they may combine. That's going to add a lot of fuel. It probably won't happen by the time it rotates around the sun or rotates out in a day or so, but it will be more capable the next time it rolls back around, I think. 52, we're up by 3 sunspots and by size by 10. So we can see more organization down here. And 54 is growing in size. Now this is only an alpha spot, but that alpha spot is very eruptive because the positive and the negative are very well defined and smashed up against each other. That means the loops coming out of this particular storm are very, very capable of producing major CMEs, even though it's an alpha class. As this rotates in, it's becoming more active. It's probably going to give us some activity. Looking forward, let's look forward down here at our map here. We now have, this is 54. Another couple of days, we're going to begin to see the next spots rotating through, and each one of these going back gets progressively more active. So we have some very active stuff on the backside of the sun that should reach us within, you know, the next, between the 20th and the 31st. We're going to see a lot more activity. Then again, what's just left the sun, that is these spots right here, that will be back around about the 10th of next month. So between the 31st and the 10th, it might quiet down some, but then it's those big flare players are going to be facing us again. Excuse me, I don't mean to yawn in your ear. I'm just really tired. Looking at our 3-day forecast, if we get cloud cover that leaves tonight, it will begin to pick up tonight in a minor way, and then by tomorrow night on the 16th into the 17th. So the early morning hours on the 17th is going to become very, very active, at least a G1, and as much flaring that's happening. And the different directions that the CMEs have taken, I do look for this to be capable of being a snow shovel event where it goes bigger than what we expect. Going down here, looking at our Ace Mag and CPM, we are seeing shifting in that phi angle. We are going up and down, up and down, up and down. This means we do have impact with the satellite out in front of us. There is storm conditions hitting. And the polarities are flipping there, and the energy is flipping. So we need to look in the next hours for more activity. Oh my gosh, I just can't wake up. Umbral spiral has not changed much. It is going to spike going into the early morning hours on the 17th. So the evening of the 16th into the morning of the 17th. We're going to get a secondary plasma spike going into the morning of the 18th. I do not expect this to be huge, but starting the 17th, the wind is going to rapidly increase, and I do look for that to sustain past the 18th. Looking at our sky cover maps, 8 p.m. tonight, Minnesota, lower Wisconsin, you're going to be out of the game. Dakotas, a little bit into Maine, you're going to be out, but the rest of the country should have some viewing. As this progresses through, Michigan's going to stay in the clear through tonight. Starting on the 16th, Michigan, the northern part of lower Michigan is going to be more cloudy. You're going to have more difficulty seeing anything. Lower Michigan is the name of the game. And that is going to begin to sink across by mid early morning. It's going to be only if you're in the very lower part of Michigan capable of seeing anything. So be out there early, and do not run for the Upper Peninsula. That is going to be clouded out. Do not go all the way up north. Friday night, Minnesota, you're going to have a better chance at seeing things. Dakotas, you're going to be back in the game. As Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan, you're going to be clouded out. Oh. Now, looking at Space Weather Live, they're saying Thursday night we could be up to just under a 6. So that is good news. And the prediction right here with Space Weather Live, and I want to address everybody and point them to Space Weather Live. This is your best tool. It kind of combines everything you need in one place. Except the smoke maps and the weather maps, of course. We are still looking at a G1 storm coming on the 20th. Starting about the 25th, we are looking at a gentle increase, a drop on the 27th, but then the 28th and through the 30th, we are expecting a big climb. So we have at the very end of this month, what we got at the end of September, beginning of October is going to be rotated back around. We had some huge storms come out of there, and so this is your 5-6 day go zone. This is where you want to be watching, and as we're out to as far as November 8th, and we're already starting to see the predictions pick up for a G1 storm starting the 8th. And that will be the stuff that just rotated out that was so active. So everybody get prepared. I have a survey and a video you need to watch in groups. I need all of my people to go in, take the time to watch that. Many of you are very upset that we have lost groups on Facebook. There is an option in that video. I describe what we can do, but it's going to require a little investment from everybody to be able to do it, but it will mean that we can drastically increase services. We will be able to have multiple message boards. That means we can set message boards up for every state, or chat groups for every state. You will be able to turn on and off notifications. We can also set up dedicated sites to buying cameras, or dedicated chat to buying cameras, dedicated chat for editing, and we can have nights that we meet for editing. And we will be able to have extra pages, if I do this, where we can hold contests, where we can add in videos on different topics. You know, we can go out and do telescope videos and interviews with people who use telescope and astronomy photography. We can meet with gallery owners and interview gallery owners and successful photographers to see what skills you can learn from them to build your art career and make money with art. And that is one thing that I've been wanting to do and lacking the funds to do. So this is something we can get going. My dedication to you is any membership fees that go into that portion of the website, any access will go into flipping this nonprofit. Once we have nonprofit status, then we can look at raising money to buy campgrounds or create campgrounds that are for dark sky photographers. We'll be able to work with projects like the Greek Orthodox Church and assist them however we can with lighting and buying extra property around there so that area stays dark. there's just a lot we're going to be able to do. Extra funding will allow me to hire people so that we can do art shows, so that you're able to show off your work. You're able to build a career with your art. And that is the goal for everyone that wants it, is to be that resource that helps you grow. So get into groups, find that video, answer the poll, yes or no, whether you will support it, because I cannot do this alone. It is way too expensive. Once we top 25,000 members, it gets very pricey. Not bad at 25,000 members. That's about $1,000 a year to run that site. But once we start topping that, the price goes up to around $6,000 a year. And that, I can't foot the bill on that one. I can't do it without your help. We can't do it without doing a membership of maybe $5 a month. So you have to decide if that's something you want to invest in and build a better community. And that's the goal. Along with the website, we can actually plan to do get-togethers as I travel. We can plan to do classes and have those classes scheduled in there. I may even be able to do a paid class online and put that class online, so you don't have to try and come to a class. You can pick up at least the classroom work online. So yes or no, I need to hear every member's opinion. All right, thank you. Have a good day, and I will be excited to see all your photos.